everyone, I'm Hazel Anpilahinatad of BSed Mathematics 2B, and for this video, I am going to present to you my topic all about guidelines of writing an application letter. So when we talk about guidelines of writing an application letter, it emphasizes professionalism, clarity, and purpose. An application letter is a formal document, so it should be focused on information that is relevant for the position being applied for. So here are the 5 guidelines of writing an application letter. So the first guidelines is focus. An application letter is not personal and should not be chatty. Keep it focused when you are applying for position. Include only information relevant to the position. So this means that when writing an application letter, should be focused and not personal. It should avoid being chatty or emotional. The writer must include only qualifications, skills, and experience that are related to the job. This helps the employer quickly understand why the applicant is suitable for the position. So, ang application letter is focus ra gyud siya kung unsa ang imuhang tuyo. Kung mag-apply ka sa imong specific na work, diha ra jud ka kutob. Dili na ka magpataka og butang og mga bisan unsa. So don't make your audience wade through irrelevant side of issues. So like what I said, dili na ka magpataka og butang og mga irrelevant or mga out of topic or mga wala na mga pulos nga mga topic. So the second guidelines is stay on topic. State the reason of the letter. So letter must stay on topic. The reason of writing a letter should clearly stated. So parehas ra gud siya sa guidelines number 1, which is the focus. Dapat direct to the point lang ka. Unlike it says, which develop a thesis over several paragraphs or emails, which announce their topic in a subject line. Letters need to explicitly introduce their reason for being written, usually in the first paragraph pa lang. So when you are applying for something, say in the first sentence. Like for example is when you are applying when I am writing to apply for FACEN scholarship for students majoring in accountancy. So that's an example. So the third guidelines is think of your letter as an argument. When you are asking for a job, you are making a claim. You are making an argument that you are qualified for a certain position, and you need to support your claim with reasons and evidence. So letter or application letter should be treated as an argument. The writer is making a claim that they are qualified for the position. To support this claim, the applicant must provide reasons and evidence such as educational background, skills, training, or experiences. So pasabot is kanang when you are writing an application letter, dapat imuhang letter is dapat nakig-argue ka nga angayan or bagay ka sa kana nga position or trabaho. So dapat imuhang i-fight nga angayan ka sa kana nga position nga available. Tas ibutang pud nimo ang mga evidences like what I said kanina is example tong mga kanang educational backgrounds, skills, training, or work experiences. So example is Francesca Morales, for example, cite his education and his work experiences, and he offers to supply references who will support his application. So the fourth guidelines of writing an application letter is choose an appropriate salutation. So if you know the person's name and title, use it. So if kabalo ka sa iyang person's title, gamiton ni maunay gamiton. Like for example is Dear Dr. Attorney Lim. And then if you don't know the person's title, one good solution is to address him or her by her first and last name. So if you don't know the person's name pero kabalo ka sa iyang first and last name, that's unacceptable. Like for example is Dear Jean Chavez. So And then, if, as sometimes happen, you must write to an unknown reader, use the dear sir or madam. So, if you really don't know the person's title and person's first and last name, also the good solution is to address him or her as dear sir or madam. So, that's an appropriate solution. Another option might be to omit the salutation completely in such situation and instead use a subject line. For example, is the subject public relation internship application. So the last guidelines of writing an application letter is the proofreading. So few writers situations demand greater perfection than professional letters, especially application letters. Employers receive dozens, sometimes hundreds of applications and often can't look at them all. Typos, grammar, error, and other form of sloppiness prejudice readers against applicants. So, when you are writing for an application letter, one of the most important in guidelines in writing application letter is the proofreading. So, imuhang tan-awon if naabay mga typos, errors, and wrong grammars para inighatag nimo or inig tan-aw sa employer is maganahan pud siya or nindot pud siya basahon. Because stated here that they are likely to think that if this applicant can take the time and care to proofread, how badly does he or she wants this position. Pasabot is, kanang kung dili man lang gani maka-proofread ang applicant, how much more if nagtrabaho na siya. To compete, strive for perfection. So that's the 5 guidelines of writing an application letter. Thank you.